Yep. Welcome to another edition of Broad Street Blitz Take Leader Edition with your boy Cool Cat Connor and my guy Leader. What up, Leader?
What's going on, man? What's going on? Just been crazy busy, man, dealing with the transport portal and so much. It's bananas, man. It's crazy.
Yep. Well, it's on you. Talk to us, man. What's on your mind?
Good draft. Listen, you know when we win the Super Bowl, we don't never really have those right after the Super Bowl good drafts. It just seems like it's that time now. I think Howie, when people win, they get a blueprint. They get a blueprint of how to win, like Jay Wright did, like Belichick. They keep their blueprint. And how we know building through the draft is important. It really, and I just think the way they're doing it. Remember, I was talking to you I was like, the last week is going to be the guys they want. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
remember you like Georgia. I said Malachi Starks is the guy. They go see him. I'm like, oh, and they did. I said, oh my God, he's something special. Walter Nolan. My God, man! Since high school, he been the number one guy in the country. Like they get him on the D line with Jordan David. That's a little unfair. Jalen Carter, I, yo, that's crazy. So right now, what you're looking at, the Eagles are trying to see them in the backyard at my crib.
Mm-hmm.
The Eagles are trying to like like what they're gonna do: trade up, trade out. Um, Dallas Goddard trades rumors. I'm pretty sure Huff is going to get traded. It's a matter
Yeah.
of time. It's not.
Before you continue, what's your thoughts on the Dallas Goddard trade rumors? Before I let you continue.
I know it's going to happen. Come on, we knew when Colin Granson got signed and Harrison Bryant got signed, something was in the air. Something was in the air. It's going to happen because he has to minus certain contracts, certain people. They got to go, and he knows it before it's too late. Then you got to let the people go that you didn't want to go. Cam Jurgens got the contract extension. Very smart.
Yeah.
Lane Johnson, 4 out of the 5 guys, the guys who got placed in Pro Bowls, all got extensions. They're there to the 29. It's too smart. It's too smart right now. I mean, I like it. Dallas. Now that's different. Dallas is good. He's one of the best in the league. One of the best in the league. He won some games for us last year. He's been winning games. Best receiver in the postseason. Check the stats. Most productive receiver in the postseason. Can't lie about it. So, but you have to. What you gonna do? You got to minus somebody to get somebody. And I also want to say this:
Mm-hmm.
it's not a clear they're even going to get a player. They might trade for. It's a lot of stuff going on. T.J. Watt, remember that disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
That was more. It was more realistic than Tyreek Hill.
Right.
I think how he asked about it, but I don't think he was like more trying to push the green. He wants to know about everybody on the market real
Right.
quick. That's how it is. But T.J. Watt, because he's unhappy, something's going on. I don't know what Pittsburgh doing. They're stupid, but
Mhm.
he's unhappy, and Howie's like, oh, okay. So but he's not jumping at anything. That's not what the Eagles are doing. Myles Garrett, remember that was but they're not going to jump at you and overpay. Then they're not going to do that. Jalen Carter already was before Myles Garrett. Jalen Carter was already going to get that money, so they're not going to jump over the hill to try to get you. Eagles just want to get better. They want to stay good. They want to stay young. They want to stay. How you doing, man? What's going on, Richard?
What up, Richard? What up, Big
They,
Zay? But go ahead.
they want to be productive. But I just think I like Dallas, man. I like Dallas, but I'm gonna tell you something about these guys. They can catch the ball. Harrison Bryant's a good blocker, good catcher. He was good in college. 70 catches. Colin Granson, 70 catches. He reminds me of L.J. Smith. If you remember L.J. Smith, that's who
Mm-hmm.
Granson reminds me. He's athletic. He's like that. Grant, and why are we forgetting about Grant Calcaterra? The man showed up last year.
Yeah,
One
that's
hand
true.
catching. Like so that's going to be a battle. And I keep on saying I don't know if he's going to ever make the team, but he's
Right.
talented. EJ Jenkins is talented. EJ Jenkins, he can catch the ball. He's 6'6".
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. But
Yeah.
how
So
you feeling? How you feeling about who? What do you want the Eagles to do? What do you want them to trade for a vet, or do you want them? Is this guy you like out there like drafting?
for me, it's got. I said it multiple times. It got to be best Eagle available. If I see a player and it screams Philadelphia Eagle, Like if you look like an eagle, if you act like an eagle, if you walk, talk, smell, work like an eagle, that's the player I want. So
You want to
yeah, for me,
start?
I want basically a Philadelphia Eagle player, especially on the defense side of the ball. I mean, we still got Jalen, we still got AJ, despite what everybody's saying about him being traded. That's not going to happen. We still got
No.
Devontae. We'll get to that. Yeah, actually, what's your thoughts on these Patriot rumors about AJ Brown, man? What's your thoughts on that?
Do you know what's so funny? By how the shoe, how the shoe has switched, the tides have turned. The Patriot Nation is they are the begging. We need a play franchise now.
Mhm.
AJ Brown, they have been wanting AJ Brown for the longest. It's
No,
only
they've
been
been
them.
wanting them. They've been wanting AJ Brown since the coach because of the coach.
You know what I'm saying? So that's who's putting the words out there. So you know what's crazy though?
Mhm.
The analysts follow the fans. They know that's not the truth. They're putting it
Right.
out there. What are you putting it out there for? But okay, then he gets a jersey sent to him from Tom Brady. Then he gets a Julia Edelman. Oh, that should have been filled to the face. No, that's not. They're not. They just gave him the highest paid contract for a receiver in NFL history last year. So you think they're
Uh,
gonna say, "Oh, a bad year"? He had a bad year, right? Or did he have a Pro Bowl year? So they're gonna trade him. I just think people it's unrealistic. The Tyreek Hill, we knew that was it just wasn't going to. You know why it wasn't going to happen? Because it was. I mean, don't think they wasn't calling asking. Maybe they
right.
can get see if they get a deal. If he can get a deal, I'm sorry, Jahan Dotson would have been gone. If they can get a deal, and he would have been 1 year, they wasn't going to give him a contract extension. Not at the receiver position when you got two guys you just gave contracts to, and they need the ball.
Mhm.
They need you're not. It's not enough balls to go around. So I mean, pause. So listen, man. It's a heck of a thing that people talk about for the Patriots. It sounds exciting for them. You know how crazy it is. Their
Mhm.
exciting time is the draft right now. It's the draft. Our
Mhm.
exciting time. The Eagles. Remember when we was trying to catch up to and we finally beat them, and now it seems like their whole generation changed once the Eagles beat them. Everything
Mhm.
changed. Brady left. Like everything changed. It's tide's turn. So, nah, man. I just think people stop being unrealistic out there. And I'm not saying this. We're talking real football. There was never any rumors out there from Eagles. There was never any rumors from the agents. There were speculation from Patriot guys saying that, and it got out on Twitter because it's social media time. So it
Right.
trended. So that's just what it is, man. Just stop believing
Yeah.
that, y'all.
Exactly. And for me, for when it comes to the draft, like the answer for me is basically I want a defensive player, whether it's D
Right.
tackle,
Yeah,
edge,
that's
safety, another corner. It don't really matter to me. Just pick me a defensive player that can help out right now. Because remember, there's no Brandon Graham. He's retired. There's no Josh Sweat. There's no big play Slay. There's no Chauncey.
absolutely.
So there's only Jordan Davis, N'Kobe Dean, who's injured right now, Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter, Zach Bond, Quinion Mitchell, Cooper DeZine, and Reed Blankenship. Like, we need some more people. Now, we got Morrow. I think we still got Morrow, I got to say. But outside of that, who else we got? And that's why I'm saying we need some defensive. We really, outside of tight end and offensive line, we're good on the offense side of the ball, outside of those two things. I just named you a couple of pieces that we need on the defense side of the ball. Tackle, edge, maybe another linebacker, especially with Dean being injured. A corner, a safety. You get what I'm saying? So for me, defensive player, that defensive player. So that's the position that I want, a defensive player. Later. Hopefully he comes back. But y'all tell me how y'all feel. As long as we find a player who can fit our program, yeah. Yeah, I agree. So, yeah. So, what up? BPA. Yep. Like I said, give me a defensive player. That's me. So, what the heck is BPA, by the way? Best player available. Yep. That's my agreement as well. Best player available. Or best Eagle available. So, come on, leader. I agree. Best player available. Either that or best Eagle. If you look, walk, talk, act, fight all night, Eagle, then that's the player I want. All right. I just wanted to know what that meant. That's what all right, best player available. Yep. What up, Zay? Yeah, I know. BP. Yeah, best player available. I got it. Yep, best player available. Either that or again, best Eagle. So, whew. So, still waiting for leader. So again, how we feeling, man? We're getting closer and closer. One more sleepless night until the draft, man. How we feeling? Yeah, how we feeling? So, while we wait for leader, let me get you guys some entertainment.
Devontae Smith is there. Like I feel like you got to take. I feel like you got to. Like if they don't take him, if the Giants don't take Smith, I think the Eagles will. Wait a minute, Eagles are on the clock. The are they doing? The just happened? Why did the Cowboys and Eagles just trade? Oh, God. They're going to get Smith. They're going to get Smith here. The are you doing, Jerry? They have to, right? The Eagles were scared to death that the Giants were going to take Smith. Oh, my gosh. I can't. I just can't. No! I swear to God. And you got the Cowboys and Eagles pairing up, tag teaming against the Giants. We got Nick DeWitt corresponding here from LPG's party. What's up, Nick?
We are living out here, man.
Hey, what the are the Eagles going to do? What are the Eagles going to do?
They're taking Smith.
Wait, that's not good.
I know it's not good. We're all mad.
What are they going to do?
Hold on. There you go. There you go. All right, now, yeah. So everything. So go ahead. What's your thoughts on the draft as we get closer, leader?
Back on.
Yeah. So what's your thoughts on the draft?
We here. Crazy Wi-Fi, camera getting crazy, but we here, man.
Yep. Go ahead. What's your thoughts on the draft?
Let me get
Leader?
I'm trying to hear you, man. Oh, shoot. Hold up, man. Hold on. Just a minute. I got you. Just 1 minute. All right, got you.
Yep. I was telling you, what's your thoughts on the draft?
What we talking about?
Yeah, we was talking about the draft coming up before. We was talking about
Right. Yeah, I was all what you was talking about as far as defense because I want a defensive lineman. The way that defense was playing with Vic Fangio and they're young, I'm like, listen, I don't want to go off developing their defense. And remember, that was the first thing we was talking about when the season kicked up. When the season kicked up, that's the first thing we was talking about. We was talking about if the defense was young enough, like ready enough to step up. So my whole thing is that, yeah, and this is the best. This defensive line draft is so talented. It's so deep. Like they got guys like I like Walter Nolan too, but I like James Pierce Jr. too. I like TJ Sanders. He came in. I like Nick Scalton. Like these guys are good, man. These guys, that Texas A&M
team is so talented. Nick Scalton would be and he came in for a visit. He met with Brandon Graham. So they're telling you who they want, right? And I'm telling you, they're not going to draft the offensive lineman first. That's not going to happen. That's they're already set. So they're not going to go early. They're not going to go early at all. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell you right now, the first 3 picks going to be defense. I just feel like the first 3 picks are going to be defense. Because you remember when they went after Jalen Carter, right? And they went after Nolan Smith. They brought them both in for visits. They would have took Nolan Smith at 10 if Carter wasn't there. They were that confident. Remember when they were going for a cornerback? Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper got brought in for visits. They were both confident on drafting both of them with the first round pick. It just happens they failed. Nolan Smith failed at 30 and Cooper to Gene, and you see how quick he jumped on Cooper when he fell down. So I'm thinking with Malachi Starks and Walter Nolan, that's where it's at. That's where it's at. They're looking at both these picks and they're saying, okay, we want one of them. But, man, if one of them falls over the other one, they're going to go for, like, say they get Walter Nolan. I think they're going to trade up for Walter Nolan. I think that's going to happen. But if Malachi Starks falls, or if they look at the board and they say, well, maybe Malachi Starks goes higher than Walter Nolan, they'll go for Starks, the Georgia safety. And then they'll look at and see where Nolan is. If Nolan falls somewhere in the second round or near the end, they'll trade up for him. Then you're looking at Shamar Stewart. He tore up Turner. He tore up the draft. He tore up the combine. He looked like Myles Garrett in the combine. He's a guy they're looking at. TJ Sanders. TJ Sanders is another guy that they could go for. These guys have to fall. If these guys, they might make a trade in the second round. Remember, they're down to the 64 pick in the second round. They're at the end of it. So if you look at it, if those guys fall, if any of those guys fall, they like TJ Sanders, they like Scott. If any of those guys fall, I'm just saying, look at this draft. Look at this draft. And if any of those guys fall, I'm looking at Shamar Stewart, TJ Sanders, Nick Scalton, Malachi Starks. All right. Walter Nolan.
Right.
If any of these guys, these are the guys they're targeting. These are the guys. 2 out of those 5 guys, I'm saying it's Shamar Stewart, Scalton, Sanders, Starks, and Nolan. Those 5 guys. 2 out of those 5 guys in the first 3 rounds are going to get. They're looking for them. They're looking for them. So, and you're looking at later rounds. Jalen Reed. They like Jalen Reed. Look at him out of Penn State, a safety. You can get him in the 4th round. Second day. The second day, if anybody doesn't know, the first day is the first pick, the first round, and the second day is the second, third, and 4th round, and the third day is the 5th, 6th, and 7th round. So when you hear about second day picks and third day picks, that's what we're talking about. Second day is second, third, and 4th round, and third day is 5th, 6th, and 7th round. Jalen Reed is nice. Jaden Blue, the running back, running 4-2. Listen. This team is talented, right? So they're not rushing for anybody. If anybody's not listening to, like, the Eagles have a quarterback. They have 2 number 1 receivers. They have a running back. They have the best offensive line. So they're not rushing to go get anybody. Look at the defense, in the defense, which still has to get better because they're young. So they just lost guys. Let's be realistic, but they don't need to rush to get nobody. Ojomo proved he can come in right now and contribute. You look at the linebackers. You look at Nolan Smith. You look at what Jalen Hunt did. So they don't have to rush to go get a linebacker. Jalen Hunt was a rookie. And if nobody knows, this man performed last year. Jalen Hunt, if you don't know who this guy is, watch the tape. This guy came from the playoffs. He was just like Nolan Smith. Impact. So you want to add depth on that. You want to the defensive line. You got Thomas Booker coming back. You want to add depth to that defensive line and keep on adding guys like Walter Nolan. You say Malachi Starks, it's a position open in safety. The Georgia, you say Georgia, there's a position open. And you're looking at it like, and if you look at it, they say, why would you get Starks when you got Reed Blankenship and they're liking Sidney Brown? You know why? What's going on, man? What's up, Aaron? You know why they'll do that? Because Reed Blankenship has a contract. Right. He has a contract. So you're thinking if you get Malachi Starks and you got Sidney Brown, they love Sidney Brown. They love Sidney. He's staying healthy. They love him. Keely Ringo at cornerback. You're saying, well, they'll go get a cornerback. No, they love Keely Ringo. They're just saying just in case. And if you look at the guys that they're bringing in for visits, Trey Amos, the guys that could be drafted in the first round, those guys they're not going for a cornerback. They're just saying if these guys fall in the second round, maybe. But the thing is, these are not cornerbacks. They're going for these cornerbacks. They're going for. Look at them. They're versatile. They're going for guys who can play safety. Also, they got to watch. They got to watch this now. Trey Amos and Maxwell Hairston, who they're bringing in, these guys are versatile. They can play safety. They're not going for guys to go over Keely Ringo. They're not doing that. Keely Ringo is who they like. Understand that. He did his time. He was a Pro Bowl alternate as a cornerback, back cornerback. He made the climb. So now it's time to see if you can start. He did everything he was supposed to do. He abided by the time. Keely Ringo, I'm telling you, everybody right now, stop looking at the Eagles are going for a cornerback. Oh, Jalen Ramsey. No. If they get Jalen Ramsey, if they would have got Jalen Ramsey, that means they wouldn't have signed Adoree Jackson.
Right.
They're not going to do that, man. They're not. It's Keely Ringo's time to shine, and they're going to see now what's going on. Now, not saying they can't draft the cornerback. You got Eli Ricks. That's another guy they like.
Mm-hmm.
They got a lot. They will draft the cornerback. They will. I'm telling you, they will draft the cornerback because they want the depth. What the Eagles understand is you got to have depth. That's what helped them win the Super Bowl. Anybody who got hurt, man, they brought in. Do you understand that they brought in people? And you know it, cool cat. Fred Johnson. They brought in guys that was depth at the offensive line. So they want to keep that. They want to keep the secondary and the offensive line stacked. But they don't want to draft nobody in the first round. They want to draft the best player available in the first round. And a safety, yes, they will draft the safety. The reason is because Reed Blankenship is going to have a contract soon. And I'm telling everybody they're not going to sign Reed Blankenship. I'm just telling everybody right now, you like Reed Blankenship, but they are not going to sign Reed. You know why? Because it's a contract thing.
Right.
You know they're going to give a ton of money. You know how much money they're going to give to Jalen Carter? And then they got to sign Nolan Smith. They have to sign Nolan Smith. You think they're not going to sign
Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean?
You dig what I'm saying? They have to sign these guys. And Howie's a very smart man. He knows what he's doing. Everybody like TJ Gardner-Johnson. Now, don't get it twisted. Leader, you weren't surprised by something? Hell damn, yeah. I was like, TJ Gardner, they just got him back. But you got to be realistic. You got to be realistic. You got to be realistic, man. You have to be real. The realistic part is, what move can I make to subtract the money?
Right.
And they have to be, listen, he said it, and I didn't listen real good. I was too busy celebrating the Super Bowl. I didn't really listen to him as hard, like, this team's going to change. He said this loud and clear. Some things are going to change. He said this loud and clear to people. Even me, I'm just telling you, being a fan, some things you don't listen to, you had to get back in the analyst talk. Like, Cool Cat, we had to get back into our job. Like, he said things are going to change. After the celebration, things are going to change. And he was right. Yeah. He was right. Like, so he's been doing a good job. You gave, man, he's doing such a great job. It's Hall of Fame status. He gave Saquon rightfully that money. Make me feel I'm appreciated. Make him feel like he was never felt. And he is. Dane Johnson, the man who played broken balls in the other 2022. You better have your offensive line stacked up. You got a running back that's generational. This is the best running back we ever had.
Right.
I'm sorry. Deshaun McCoy is my guy. Even he knows it. He knows it. This is a guy you got to keep healthy. You better keep him healthy. And then you get another running back because you want to keep the carries off of him. You know, Shipley's good, but get another guy. Get some other guys. You know, A.J. Dillon is a big quadzilla. You get another guy so you can keep Saquon back. Because just think if you keep him healthy. I mean, Jesus Christ. Like, you could do so many things with this offense. So I'm just saying, and I wanted to get to that part. People, TJ Watt, I'm heavy-eyed on it. I'm heavy-eyed, man, because they were after Myles Garrett. So that's a more realistic choice. And he's not healthy. I mean, he's not happy. He's
Right.
not happy. Man, I'm just saying, keep an eye on what could this is surprises. What I think could be a surprise. I mean, it's been talked about. TJ Watt. We could walk
Right.
out of the draft with TJ Watt and Walter Nolan. That's my pick. That's my surprise pick. We can walk out the draft with TJ Watt and Walter Nolan. That is the pick. I'm so full. When you said Georgia, I said there's one guy for sure, and Georgia, that he's the real fucking deal, man. He's the real deal. And Walter Nolan, I mean, Mordecai Starks, man, he's like Ed Reed, man. He's really good. He can play the slot. You know, he can play your fastest receiver. He runs a 4-4. He's unbelievable basketball IQ. He can tackle like hell. Like he's really a good player. So that's what I can see going down. But we gotta also be realistic. You might not can't get the guy that you want. It's the draft.
Right.
So with how he does, he puts a blueprint together. Okay, if this guy isn't here, I'll get Walter Nolan. If this guy isn't here, I'll get Malachi Starks. Those are the trade up guys. Then you look at, okay, if this guy falls, maybe Nolan or Starks could be there of a fall. If this guy falls, we get TJ Sanders.
Right.
Okay, we can trade back because there's guys you can trade back and still get.
Right.
Samar Stewart, TJ Sanders, Nick Scalton. These are guys, they're putting themselves in a good position in this draft, and I like it. It's the first time. I mean, after the 2004 being in the Super Bowl, after 2022 being in the Super Bowl, after right now being in the Super Bowl, they got themselves in a better position. If you look at the visits, they got themselves in a position to still be good. This team, just think about it. If they come out this draft for Walter Nolan, at the least, Walter Nolan and TJ Sanders, what the hell? Like this team, this defense can still be rocking. You don't understand these players. The guys, these guys are good.
Yeah.
You know, so they can still just think if they come out with Nick Scalton and TJ Sanders. You know, just think if they come out with Malachi Starks and Nick Scalton. I'm telling you, this draft is lined up good. They can get these guys, and it can go in and be good. I mean, they can still sign Reed Blankenship. If say you don't get Malachi Starks and you have a Sidney Brown and Reed Blankenship to think about, but I'm really thinking it's too good of a position, Cool Cat, for them to land. For them to land Malachi Starks or Walter Nolan. It's too good of a position, and you're looking at it, and it's like, okay, they can actually do that, but what if they don't, right?
Right.
They don't. Jalen Reed can still be in the 4th round, okay? They brought Kevin Winston Jr. in. They brought him in. He can still be in the 3rd round. You know, he's one of those guys. You know, they still got the 90-something pick and into the 3rd round pick.
Right.
They can trade up anytime. They got so many draft picks next year. They can throw this around on people. People don't understand the position the Eagles are in right now. They can move up and get whoever they want. Seriously, they can make this the only thing they can that can't happen. Seriously, this is the only thing they can that maybe they can't get Walter Nolan and Malachi Stark. That's a hell of a draft.
Right.
That's a hell of a perfect draft. So maybe they can't get them, but that's the only position. Real talk. That's the only position they can't get Malachi and Walter Nolan. That's it. But right now, if you go for Malachi Starks, you can go get TJ Sanders. You can go get Shamar Stewart. If you go for Walter Nolan, you can go get TJ Sanders. You can go get Nick Scalton. Those are the 2 guys that they probably can't. This draft, they probably can't go get. They probably can't go get Walter Nolan. And that's the perfect draft, Cool Cat. That's the perfect draft. You talking about Walter Nolan and Malachi Starks? That's the only scenario where you're like, oh, this is a super perfect. But everybody else, everything can start with a Malachi Starks and Walter Nolan. It can start with that. It could definitely start with that. Then after that, the other guys in pursuit. I mean, it's gonna be I'm telling you, Cool Cat. Get your popcorn, Cool Cat. Get your popcorn. You're gonna enjoy this draft. I'm telling you, you're gonna enjoy this draft. He did this perfect. I said it. I said in that podcast, we was in the last Blitz take. I was like, the guys that they're going to go after, is the last part of the last week before the draft. The last week before the draft are the guys you look at, and those are their ace in the holes right there, just like Nolan was, just like Jalen was.
Nine. Yep. And I can't wait. But any last thoughts, leader? Because I'm about to be on my way back home.
Got you, my man. Got you. All I want to say is this is what I was looking for. I wanted to have that draft after the Super Bowl that was successful. And it's finally, it looks like that. The way he did it, I said, like I said, I'm gonna go back to it. I'm like, listen.
3 hours, 25 minutes.
I said, this could be the draft. The last week, I said, cool cat, pay attention to the last week of the before. I said, yo, pay attention. Yep. And then you said Georgia. I said, we're gonna see. And what they do, they brought Malachi in for a visit.
Yes, they did.
Listen, just prepare for. Just look at. I'm gonna say we're gonna go out like this.
Yeah.
Look at Malachi Starks and Walter Nolan.
There you go.
And these are the guys they're aiming for. They're aiming for. This is how the draft starts. And I said those 5 guys: Malachi Starks, Walter Nolan, T.J. Sanders, Nick Scalton. You know what I'm saying? Those guys and Shamar Stewart. Those 2 out of those 5 guys, I think they're gonna get.
Yep. And there you have it, man. And listen, guys, I wish I could stay in chat, but I got a scat. So yep. So shout out to Leader. Shout out to y'all for watching. Shout out for y'all for watching earlier. For Leader, we out. And for me and Leader, fly, go slide, go birds. And I will see y'all later on tonight when we welcome all these draftees to Philly. Let's go birds.